So a couple of months back I did a video on the Roblox Yakuza fan game, Right to Fight. If you haven't seen that video yet, I would recommend checking that one out before watching this video, but in summary, I came to the conclusion that it's a super solid Yakuza fan game. It's a game with a ton of potential that sadly probably won't ever be fully realized just because Right to Fight wasn't nearly as profitable as the studio's other games on Roblox, so they shut the development down for it, or they at least paused it for the moment. But a few weeks back I got an email from Lucas recommending that I check out Unusual Force 4, which is another Roblox Yakuza fan game. I said that I'd check the game out, and now I'm finally getting around to making a video on it. So Lucas, this one's for you. But before we can talk about Unusual Force 4, let's briefly talk about the game that it is a sequel to, Unusual Force Like a Legend. Upon loading up the game, you get a message saying that Like a Legend has been discontinued, and it gives you a prompt to go to Unusual Force 4 instead. But let's disregard that for a couple minutes and stay here for now. The first thing I have to commend is just the sheer quantity of fighting styles there are in this game. I counted 19 split up between 4 categories, which are Brawlers, Rushers, Brutes, and Game Pass. And to put that into simpler terms, it's basically just balanced styles, super fast styles, slower styles, and then legend styles. Likewise, there are 21 different colors for your heat aura that you can unlock in this game, or essences as they're called, and they're split up into 3 categories, those being Vintage, Uncommon, and Legend. So there really is a lot of customizability here at your disposal. You know, you can basically pick any of the playable fighting styles from the games, plus extras, and then change your heat aura to be that of any character or boss for the most part from the series, plus some unique ones. You can really go nuts with how you want your character to fight, which I think is really cool. As for the actual gameplay here, it's very simple. There are no objects to pick up, so you're just using your bare hands or whatever weapon your fighting style gives you. And your only combo here is the rush combo. You see, unlike the actual Yakuza games, you can't press the heavy attack button at different intervals to get different finishers for your combo. Here you can just press the normal light attack button all the way through until the combo finishes. Because of this, there are no heavy attacks per se, but you do get 3 special moves that you get to use at different intervals of your heat bar being filled up. The third attack is always a heat move, but the second and third are more variable for the different styles, but they're usually either a special heat costing heavy attack or a parry attack. There's no progression system or anything, but you do get money on every hit that connects with another player, which you can use the money to unlock new styles and change your heat auras. But that's basically as far as the progression goes in this game, is just getting new fighting styles, and then customizing how you look while you fight. Other than that, the only real objective is just to beat other players up. It's a very simple gameplay loop that I can imagine being really fun. Sadly, this first game is pretty dead. The lobby that I was in only had 2 other people in it when I was playing, so I got some footage of me getting into fights, but I didn't play this one for very long. As it stands now, this first game is more just a proof of concept, and now all the development effort goes into Unusual Force 4, so let's jump right into that one to see where it improves from the original. First off, this game only has 12 fighting styles instead of the original's 19, sort of, and it only has 12 essences, sort of. There are also now 12 heat effects to unlock, which weren't in the original, and these basically just change the pattern of your heat aura. So for example, if you buy the star effect, there'll be stars in your heat aura, or if you buy the love effect, there'll be hearts in your aura, stuff like that. I didn't figure any of that out myself though, because these are all super pricey, and I wasn't going to grind for hours upon hours just to test these out for you guys. Sorry. And this leads me to the biggest change and downgrade, I believe, from the original, and that is how you make money in this game. In the original, you earned money for every single hit that successfully connected with another player. That is not the case here. In Unusual Force 4, you only get money for the final hit of your combo connecting, or one of your special heat costing attacks connecting. And while that might not sound like a bad change at first, it makes getting money a very slow grind in this game, especially for how much a lot of the stuff costs in this game. Most things are upwards of 1,000,000 yen. Because basically, you'll be fighting someone, and you'll be on the hit before your final hit, your money-making hit from your combo, and you'll get interrupted by someone else, and then you'll have wasted 10 seconds or so doing your combo, and you won't get any money out of it. This is especially bad if there's a big group fight going on where everyone's interrupting everyone all the time, no one's getting their combo finisher, it just makes it very slow to get money. And you don't get a whole lot of money either. For the normal combo finishers, you get anywhere from about 1,000 to 5,000-ish yen. Heat attacks give you upwards of 10,000, but that's still not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. That's my biggest gripe with this game, is just how slow it is to make money. I think an easy fix would just be to double or triple the amount of money everything gives you in this game. Because a 5-hour grind to get 1,000,000 yen to get a special heat essence you want is too much to ask for most people. A good way to earn money though is to be randomly selected as Mr. Shakedown, because that's a feature in this game. Basically, randomly, and I mean randomly because I actually don't know what triggers it. I don't know if it's every 30 minutes or so, or if it's just complete random. someone will get selected as Mr. Shakedown. They'll get an astronomical health bar, and they'll get Mr. Shakedown's combo from Yakuza 0. This player then also becomes basically public enemy number 1 for the rest of the server, and basically becomes a raid boss. And I don't think it's on a timer either. I think they're Mr. Shakedown until the server whittles down their health, which could take a very long time if people aren't really focusing on them. I think this is a really cool feature that mixes up the otherwise pretty simple gameplay, and Mr. Shakedown earns a lot of money when his combos land on people, so if there's a way to get selected as him consistently, this could be a great way to farm money. This game has a pretty good variety of maps to play on as well. You switch out every certain amount of time. Again, I wasn't able to figure out what the exact amount of time was, but they switch out every once in a while. They're small, usually about the size of like a small city block or smaller. There's no real exploration to be done, as they're mostly just fighting arenas. The whole focus here is just giving players a fun spot to beat each other up at. There's a good variety though. There's a beach map, there's a Millennium Tower map, there's a couple different city maps, there's a map of the docks, so they've got a good variety of Yakuza-esque locations going on. You can also change the time of day in your settings, which will give even more variety to the maps if you're interested in that. There are these vending machines scattered on each of the maps, which I thought originally were just a meme because they had the picture of like sad Kiryu on them, but they're not. These are actually power-up machines, and when they have a picture of happy Kiryu on them, you can go up to them, hold interact on them, and they'll give you a unique status boost. Sometimes they'll do something basic like heal you all the way, or charge your heat up all the way, and sometimes they'll do something more unique, like give you an infinite dodge. There were also some that I saw that gave flat stat boosts, like plus 10 defense or plus 10 heat charge rate, but these didn't seem to be very good because the effects only last for 15 or so seconds, so you don't get very long to use the stat boost. By the time you actually get to where the fighting's going on, your boost has probably ran out. Still though, these add great variety to the gameplay, and I'm really glad that they're here. I don't know where to put this in the video, but I ran into another Hawaiian shirt Kiryu enjoyer while I was playing. That is all. The actual combat here is identical to the original, where you just have your rush combo, and then 2 special moves that cost heat, and a heat move that uses your whole heat bar. Also like the original, all the special moves and heat moves are different for each style. Personally, I mostly stuck with just the basic style, fighter, for most of the time I was playing, but I ended up buying the tiger style from Judgment. The combat here isn't particularly complex, but there's still enough here to have a lot of fun with. Some of the hit detection is really wonky though in this game. Dragon style specifically, I noticed the range on it is a good couple feet longer than it actually should be. You know, these guys are getting hits on me and other players when they really shouldn't be, just because their hits physically are not connecting, and I thought it was really stupid. You know, they'll completely whiff their attack, but the attack will still damage you and connect. This game also adds a 300 level progression system, which I'm assuming you unlock certain legend styles and essences as you go through the level progression system. This is because I saw quite a few level 300 players in the game, and a lot of them were running around using the dragon style with a red heat aura, which neither of those I could see in the actual shop, so I'm assuming you get those from hitting the max level. The Mad Dog style as well is one that I saw a lot of level 300s using. I think this is a great way to incentivize people to keep playing the game. I mean, it's a classic Call of Duty formula of giving unlocks as you go through the progression. Great way to keep people invested, and I'm really happy it's here, because it does show you kind of how long people have been playing for. It also adds goals to the game that are a bit more than just keep beating people up. I mean, you've still got to keep beating people up to level up, but you're actually doing it to level up instead of just in and of itself. And that's basically all I have to say about the Unusual Force games. I know this video is a lot shorter than my usual videos, but there's not a whole lot to say here. These games are really simple and can be a bit janky at times, but there's obviously a lot of heart and passion put into them, which I can really appreciate. The grindy in-game economy also keeps me from wanting to go back and try all the different styles, because I feel like that would take way too long to unlock all of them reasonably. But I just think with more time and polish, Unusual Force 4 can become something great. And thankfully this game is still actively being supported, and if the developers of Unusual Force 4 end up watching this video, don't take any of my criticisms too harshly. I'm just bringing them up because I think these are ways that the game can be made even better, and I'd like to see this game improve. Definitely check these games out if you haven't yet. Thanks again to Lucas for the video idea. Peace out, guys. God bless. Catch you all later.
Yeah, cause I got it like that. Flow so smooth like I got it on tap. Yeah, and I'ma say it be a good night while I'm on my Yingling, while I'm drinking Bud Light. Can you get it when you miss me?